Hello everyone, this is my first teaching memo video as session 1 has ended today. Today's Monday and session 2 has begun. The Super Bowl is upon us, and once again the Patriots are participating, and I have my Patriots paraphernalia on, my sweatshirt. I also have a Tom Terrific t-shirt which I'll be wearing on Sunday. As we go to a friend's house for a Super Bowl party, none of whom are Patriots fans, so I take a little bit of abuse when the Patriots are in it, which has happened about 7 times so far. So, enough about that. I like to start my teaching memos off with a little housekeeping. This section gets smaller as you all get accustomed to my course and working in Blackboard. By this time you should have completed 4 assignments. Actually there's only 3 that are mandatory, but I'm hoping you all do the 4th. You can see it, everything is located in coursework by week, session folders, assignments. There are 3 folders. There is an assignment folder, a course materials folder, and a presentations folder. Every week I don't record a presentation, but I usually have some sort of video in there that I want you to watch. So keep that in mind. So you should have uploaded the academic integrity statement, or you don't have to upload it, but you just have to complete it. They're both very simple. The memorandum of understanding just requires you to type in your name, and the academic integrity statement just requires you to say true or false. They are located in Getting Started folder. So I will go to that right now. In the Getting Started folder, you will see a memorandum of understanding. You click on that and do it. Here you'll see the Truro College and University System academic integrity statement. Those 2 have to be done in order for you to receive a grade and credit for this course. So they're not graded, they're not factored into your grade, but if you're not done by the end of the course, I can't give you a grade. So please do that. Also, you have the baseline survey, which you need to do before you read anything. So if you've already started reading, please use your prior knowledge to fill out that baseline survey. Some of you have written me and said, Dr. Tom, I don't know anything about response to intervention, and so that's what you put. I really am not familiar with the term response to intervention, but I'm looking forward to learning about it. Or I don't think that's my other course. But if you see something and you're not familiar with it, like you have no idea of technology, that's a question I asked. What technology are you familiar with of using in the classroom? So if you have no experience with it, just say that. And you should upload your initial post. You should have had that done by now. I mean, there's no penalty for not doing it, but you need to upload it as a PDF file or a Word document. Some of you have cut and pasted it into the text box. I cannot comment on it if you don't upload it, attach it as a Word file. Then I can make comments on it. Those of you that have done it can see that. I don't comment. There's probably no comments in the text box where it says comments, but there are comments on your paper. So that's important. And I will show you what that looks like, just so you know. If you don't have it in your, if it isn't in your grades, my grades, I will go, here's a baseline survey here. Let me see if it's done right. This is Victoria Caruso, and it is done right. And you can see that there are comments on the side here. There are highlighted. It may not be highlighted if for some of it. I've used my phone. I can't highlight and make comments on my phone. I just have to kind of find the general area. So this is what it looks like when you upload it as a Word document. I make comments on it. And unless you really botch this, everyone gets 100 on it, gets 4 out of 4. So I don't mind showing Victoria's, because actually it's a good example because I've made lots of comments on it. I don't necessarily make a lot of comments on everybody's, but on some I do. Okay, moving right along. Many of you have been asking me, emailing me questions. I can't open this, I can't do this, how do I do this? There is a discussion board called Help is on the Way. If you go into all discussions, which is how you really should enter your discussion boards, you can see that there is a Help is on the Way, course-related questions. Post your question there. If it's urgent, email me, but also post it here. So I will respond in here to the question so others can see it. Others may have the same question but not feel like they want to ask me about it. But I'm very good about responding to emails, as those of you who have emailed me should know. It appears there was some confusion about the first discussion board because you had to upload your post as well as cut and paste it. So if you went into coursework by week, session 1, assignments, you'll see the baseline survey. You click on that and upload it as a Word document. This is the link to the discussion board. What would you do? You write out your initial post as a Word document, and then, I'm sorry, this is the introduction discussion board. That's different. You go to your the beliefs discussion board, and you can see you're in a group. And most of you have done this correctly. You cut and paste it, your Word document. You cut and paste it in this in a reply into the Word, into this text box. You cut and paste it. But for your uploading it in your assignment, you're going to upload it as a Word document. You'll see where it says upload your initial post here. So it's this is just to check it for Safe Assign. And I will not grade your discussion board if you have not done this. This is not graded, but it's checked by Safe Assign. So what you do is where it says attach file, you browse my computer. All right. Don't do this write submission, and don't do this cut and paste your post here. Upload it as a Word document. Safe Assign accepts files in doc, docx, and these are all the files. Okay. Don't upload it as a pages file. Some of you have done that. Please convert it. You can convert it with your iOS, with your iPad, your iPhone, by sharing it with iBooks. That converts it to a PDF file, and then you can email it to yourself and then upload it as a PDF file. So please keep that in mind. All right. Don't worry about written assignments being late. Some of you said I'm going to be late. The only thing that you cannot be late on is the 2-week discussion boards. I close the discussion board on Monday morning. The week it is the Sunday after it, or the Monday after the Sunday it is due. So it's due at midnight Sunday. I close it on Monday morning when I start doing my work, which is around 8:15. And then you can no longer post. So that is the only thing where it's time sensitive. You can hand in written assignments whenever you want. It's just that you won't get timely feedback if you don't hand them in on time, but you will lose no points for grading, and you will see, and I will mention this in the last session, how this is a practice that distorts achievement, taking points off for lateness, giving zeros for handing an assignment too late, or cheating. Also, you need to use proper APA in your initial post. If you, in your response posts, you just have to cite. If you're just citing our course materials, you don't have to do a reference list. But if you're citing some new information, you do have to reference it so I can see, and all of us can see, where you got it from. So if you're not sure how to use APA format, click on this Purdue OWL's website link here in the teaching memo. One of the other characteristics in the discussion board rubric is responsiveness and demonstration of knowledge gained by the readings. So in at least 4 of your response posts, to get an A, you need to respond at least 5 times. In 4 of those responses, you need to cite our readings, or my presentation, or a relevant, quote unquote, relevant website. So in 4 of your response posts, you need to cite information to support whatever you're saying. It's not a BS session. And many discussion boards that I've been involved in are BS sessions. People complain, they complain about their principal, and that's what this is not for. You can share ideas, you can share strategies, but you also need to reference our text. So make sure you do that. Lastly, when you reference, you have a reference that contains a website, you should make it active by highlighting. So I'll go into our discussion board and our beliefs, and I'll see if somebody has a website that needs to be highlighted. Right here, okay. In the very first post, Nesse, I hope I'm saying that right, Nesse. If I'm not, please correct me. Okay, I'm going to go in, and all of you can edit your posts. If you make a mistake, if you forgot to put in your references, you can edit it. Click on the edit button at the bottom here. I'm going to do just that. Some of you may have noticed that your posts have changed. It's because I've gone in and edited them. So what I'll do is I'll go down and I'm going to highlight the link. All right, first I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to copy it. So now I'm going to go up here to the link icon. You'll see it's gray now. I'm going to click on that link. I'm going to cut and paste it. It looks like it's already in there. But if it isn't in there, go Control V and then open it in a new window. If you don't open it in a new window, it'll take you out of Blackboard, and you don't want to do that. Now I'm going to hit Submit, and you'll notice now that the link is, it's not blue. It's not blue, but you can see that when I put my cursor over it and click on it, it'll take me to the article. So that's how you make a link active. Please do that. It'll save us from having to cut and paste it and put it in the browser window. I wanted to mention some of the ideas, big ideas from the discussion board so far. There's been much more discussion in my 64021 section than there has been in my 23 section. So most of this has to do with that, with the former. Many of the discussions center around the appropriateness of large-scale accountability tests. People seem very eager to jump on that bandwagon, how bad they are, how I wasn't a good test taker. We'll be exploring how those tests are made later on in this course, and how they compare with teacher-made tests, which no one seems to mind. There was also conversation about formative assessment, which according to Black and Willem is one of the most powerful interventions that a teacher can use to improve academic achievement. So if you plan on being assessment literate, this is the way to go. Please look at additional course materials, and I'm going to go in there right now. In additional course materials, you'll notice it's over here on the left-hand menu, and in it are many things. There's articles here. There are 2 articles by Black and William in here. There are activators and summarizers, which are ways to start your lesson and to end your lesson. You can see how many there are, KWL, mental imagery, etc., etc. So there are a lot of great resources in additional course materials. What I want to point you to right now, though, is this section down here on formative assessments. You'll see 60 formative assessments and 53 checks for understanding. Download those, right-click on it, and save it as in a folder somewhere. Lots of good information there. Great exit tickets, beginning your lesson, ways to check for understanding during the lesson. So please check that out. And very, very important that you know and understand and use strategies for formative assessment. There was also some confusion between alternate assessments, which are aligned with the Common Core standards and are given to students with the most significant cognitive disabilities. These aren't your typical state assessments. They're usually a data folio where students are given a certain amount of time to complete the assessment, usually based on their IEP goals. That's an alternate assessment. Now, alternative assessments are usually what people call anything that's other than paper and pencil, other than an essay or a select response test. Things like a portfolio assessment, role-playing, exhibitions, performance tests, etc., etc. So make sure that you have that distinguished, because alternate assessment is one of our vocabulary words that you will be filling out. So you're going to continue this week, session 2, with the assessment literacy discussion board. Remember that you need to do at least 6 posts, 1 initial, 5 response posts. If you want an A+, you need to do 10 posts, and at least 5 of those have to reference our readings. So remember that, to keep that in mind. You have to use our text to support what you're talking about in the discussion board in the majority of your posts, response posts. You're going to have a quiz this week. You're going to have actually a couple different kinds of quizzes. One is going to be a regular selected response quiz, which you will take. Let me go in and find that quiz for you. Okay. Again, coursework by week. I'm going to go into the session 2 folder, and in assignments, you'll see that there is a quiz, chapter 1. You'll get 2 chances to take this quiz. And there's also a video quiz. So if you click on this link here, it'll take you to the presentation, week 2 presentation. Each of these quizzes, each of these videos has quizzes embedded in them. You must watch the entire video right to the end, even after the last question. There are 5 questions for each quiz. And the second quiz here asks you for your email address. That's just put it in. Don't worry about that. I set that one up a little differently. But if you have to go right to the end, you have to finish it when you start it. If you let your computer go to sleep, let the screensaver come on, or just stop and not finish it, you won't be able to get back into it. These you can take twice as well. So everyone should get 100 on these. I created them just to ensure that you watch these presentations. So the questions are fairly easy knowledge level questions. Okay, what happens if you can't do them? And some of you, for whatever reason, you won't be able to finish these quizzes because the browser doesn't work right. You don't know how to block pop-ups, which I explain in a video. So what you will do is that you will click on these links that I have in my teaching memo, and you will write down your answers and then email them to me, and I will grade them. So it may not happen to all 3 videos, but if it happens to one, these are the 3 links where you can go click on them, watch the video, answer the questions, email them to me. So that's it. Along with the first quiz, you can use the quiz discussion board to, after you take it, my recommendation is that for every quiz I give in course materials, there will be a hard copy and handouts. Okay, there it is. If you right click on this and download it, you can take it before you go in and take it online. I would take the hard copy first, go into the quiz discussion board, go over here into all discussions, go into the quiz discussion board, which I'm going to click on the quiz discussion board, and you'll see that they're all the quizzes that we're going to have. The ones that you can go in, and this one is quiz 1, Cohen and Spencer and Waterman, the 2 articles you need to read, and you can hit reply and then say, I struggled with this one, can anybody point me in the right direction? Do not, I emphasize, quote unquote, do not give answers. I will go in and delete your posts, and then I will chastise you. So don't give answers. That's cheating, and that's not what this is for. This is for you to discuss the question. Well, I found the answer in Cohen and Spencer, page 22. Check that first section. So that's how you get to learn from taking tests and quizzes. So that's it. So that is my first teaching memo. Remember, if you have any questions, go into the discussion board it's called Help is on the Way, course-related questions. You can see nobody's asked any yet because you've all emailed me first. So if it isn't something that has to be answered immediately, post it here first before you email me, and your classmates might be able to help you. So that's it for this session. Good luck, and you will see me in 1 week, and I will talk to you then.